26th July 2020, Madhuban, Avyakt Bab Dada, Om Shanti, revised 27th February 1986. The spiritual army that is victorious every cycle. All of you who are part of the spiritual Shakti army, the Pandava army, the spiritual army, always have the faith and intoxication of victory. Do you not? When any other army goes into battle, they do not have a guarantee of victory. They do not have the faith that victory is guaranteed. However, you, the spiritual army, the Shakti army, constantly have the intoxication of the faith that not only are you victorious at this time, but that you are victorious cycle after cycle. On the path of devotion, you listen the stories of your victory in the previous cycle. Even now, you hear stories of the victory of the Pandavas. You are even now seeing the pictures of your victory, except that they have portrayed you in devotion as violent instead of non violent. They have shown the spiritual army as a physical, regular army. You are pleased when you hear the praise of your victory from your devotees. Even now, it is also remembered. Those whose intellects have love for God are victorious, whereas those whose intellects have no love for God are led to destruction. So, your memorial of the previous cycle is so well known because victory is guaranteed. You are the victorious ones whose intellects have faith. This is why the rosary is also called the rosary of victory. So you have both faith and intoxication. If anyone were to ask you, you would say with faith that victory is already accomplished. There cannot be a thought even in your dreams as to whether you will have victory or not. It is already accomplished. You know the past cycle and also the future. You become Trikaladarshi and speak with that intoxication. All of you are firm in this, are you not? If someone were to ask you to think about it, what would you say? That you have already seen it many times. If it were something new, you would think about it. This is something that has happened many times and you are simply repeating it. So, you are such knowledgeable and yogi souls whose intellects have faith. Are you not? Today, it is the turn of the group from Africa. In fact, everyone is a resident of Madhuban. At this time, your permanent address is Madhuban. Is it not? Those places are just your service places. A service places is your office, but your home is Madhuban. You have gone to Africa, the UK, etc. in all four directions for the sake of serving. Even if you have changed your religion and your country, you have only gone there to do service. Which home do you remember, Madhuban or the supreme abode? While serving at your service places, you always only remember Madhuban and the Murli, do you not? You have gone to Africa for the sake of serving, have you not? Doing service made you into the Gangas of knowledge. By bathing in the knowledge of the Gangas of knowledge, you have become pure today. Seeing the children do service at the various places, Babda, the wonders at how the children who have gone to such places for serving are staying there without fear and with a lot of love. The atmosphere and the way of life in Africa are different, but you still stay there to do service. You continue to receive power from doing service. You receive the practical, visible fruit of service, and that power makes you fearless. You are never afraid, are you? The first official invitation came from Africa. Because of receiving an invitation to serve abroad, you reached other such countries too. The foundation of service by invitation began in Africa. The children there have shown the practical, visible fruit of zeal and enthusiasm for serving. Credit goes to the one instrument soul who has been able to make the hidden jewels emerge. So much expansion has now taken place. That instrument soul hid away and you were revealed. Because of an invitation, you claimed a number ahead. So Babdada calls those from Africa the ones who received thanks. It is the place for receiving thanks because the atmosphere there is impure. Growth is taking place in an impure atmosphere. This is why Babdada says thanks. Both the Shakti army and the Pandava army are powerful. The majority of you is of Indians, but you became distant from India, and so even though you are at a distance, you cannot let go of your right. You received the Father's introduction there. You became the Father's. It didn't take any effort in Nairobi. The ones who had become separated came back easily, and this is a special sanskar of the Gujaratis. It is their system that they all perform the special dance together. They don't do it alone, whether physically small or large. Everyone definitely performs this special Garba dance together. This is a sign of the gathering. In service to it has been seen that the Gujaratis go in groups. When one comes, he definitely brings 10 others. They have this good system of gathering together. This is why there is quick expansion. There is growth and expansion in service to give the power of peace to such places. To give happiness instead of fear is elevated service. There is a need for this at such places. You are world benefactors, and so service has to increase everywhere in the world, and you have to become the instruments for that. If any corner is left out, a complaint will be received. It is good. Children who have courage receive help from the Father. Hands also emerge there to do service there. This is also cooperation. You yourselves have awakened, and that is very good, but you have also become instruments to awaken others, and so that is double benefit. Generally, the hands are from there too. This is a good speciality. In service abroad, the majority emerges from there, and then they become instruments for service there. The lands abroad have not given Bharat hands. Bharat has given hands to the lands of abroad. Bharat is also very big. There are separate zones. It is Bharat that has to be made into heaven. The lands abroad will become picnic spots. So, all of you are ever ready? Are you not? If anyone were to be sent somewhere today, you would be ever ready, would you not? When you maintain courage, you also receive help. You should definitely remain ever ready. Then, when such time comes, An order will have to be given. There will be an order from the Father. He will not tell you the date when he will do that. If he were to give you the date, everyone would pass and become number one. Here, there will suddenly be the one question of the date. You are ever ready, are you not? If Baba were to tell you just to stay here, would you remember your children, your home, etc.? There are the facilities of happiness and comfort there, but heaven will be created here. So, to remain constantly ever ready is the speciality of Brahmin life. Let the line of your intellects remain clear. The Father has given the places just for the sake of service, so you have become engaged in serving as instruments. Then, when you receive the Father's signal, there will be no need to think about anything. You are doing good service according to directions. This is why you are detached and loving to the Father. There has also been good expansion in Africa. Good service of VIPs is taking place. There is also a good connection with the government. There is the speciality that a connection with souls from all fields will definitely bring someone or other close at some point. Today they are in connection and tomorrow they will have a relationship with you. You have to continue to awaken them, otherwise, they open their eyes a little and then go back to sleep. They are Kumbhakarans. When there is the intoxication of sleep, you eat or drink something and then forget. Kumbhakaran is also like that. They say, yes, I will come again, I will do that. Then, when you ask them later, they say that they don't remember anything, therefore, they have to be woken up again and again. Gujaratis have claimed a good number in belonging to the Father and busying themselves in serving with their bodies, minds, and wealth. They easily become cooperative. That too is fortune. The number of Gujaratis is good to win the lottery of belonging to the Father is no small thing. At every place there are jewels who have become separated from the Father. Wherever you set foot, someone or other emerges there. When you move forward in serving with love while remaining carefree and fearless, you definitely receive multi-million fold help. The official invitations began from there, so at least that has been accumulated in service. That account of accumulation will definitely pull them at the right time. So, all of you are number one intense effort makers who receive congratulations. Number one in fulfilling a relationship, number one in showing the proof of service. You have to become number one in everything, only then will you receive congratulations. You will then continue to receive congratulations on top of congratulations. Seeing everyone's courage, Bab Dada is placed. You have become instruments to give many souls the Father's support. There are very good whole families. Baba calls a family a bucket. This too is a good speciality. In fact, all are places of Brahmins. Anyone who goes to Nairobi or anywhere else would say, it is our center, it is Baba's center, it is our family. Therefore, you are so lucky. Bab Dada is very pleased to see every jewel, no matter what place you belong to. You belong to the Father, and the Father belongs to the children. This is why Brahmin souls are deeply loved. They are special. Each of you is more loved than the next. Acha. Serve everyone with your spiritual personality. This is elevated version selected from Avyakta Murlis. In the whole cycle, no one has such a spiritual personality as you Brahmins do. This is because the one who creates your personality is the highest on high, the Supreme Soul Himself. You greatest personalities of all have complete purity in your thoughts and dreams. Together with this purity, you personalities have spirituality on your faces and in your activities. When your personalities are constantly stable in this purity, you become able to serve everyone naturally. The sparkle of your spiritual personality or your glance of happiness would make any distressed or peaceless souls happy. They will be able to go beyond with just your glance. According to the closeness of time, it is now the time to serve others by taking them beyond with a glance. They will become happy and satisfied with just one glance from you because all their hearts' desires will be fulfilled. All of you were attracted by the personality of Father Brahma's face and character. Follow the Father in the same way. Let the whole list of all your attainments emerge in your intellects, and your personality of happiness will be visible on your faces and in your behavior. This personality will attract everyone. In order to serve through your spiritual personality, always keep your mood careful and cheerful. No matter what has happened, your mood must remain cheerful. No matter what the problem is, you must find a way to resolve it. Constantly maintain your personality of happiness and contentment. You will have very good experiences by remaining satisfied. Everyone likes to be in the company of a happy and content souls. They like to sit with them and talk to them. So aim to stay happy and content and have no more questions. Externally, your children appear to be an ordinary, means in terms of position, personality, but internally you have the foremost spiritual personality. Your personality of purity can be seen on your faces and in your behavior. To the extent that you are pure, not only do others see your personality, but they also experience it, and so your personality of purity serves everyone. The eyes of the greatest personalities are never attracted by anything because such personalities are completely full of all attainments. Because their treasure store of all attainments is constantly overflowing. Their minds never experience a lack of anything but are always happy and content. Only such contented souls can make others content. Depending on how much purity you have the personality of Brahmin life to the same extent. If there is less purity, then the personality too is less. This personality of purity easily makes service successful. However, if there is even the slightest trace of one of the vices, then its companions will definitely join in. Just as purity is deeply connected to peace and happiness, so too impurity is deeply connected to all five vices. When not even the slightest trace of vice remains within you, it would be said that you serve others with your personality of purity. Nowadays, In the world outside, there are two types of personality: physical personality and the personality of some position. However, in Brahmin life, Brahmin souls whose greatness of contentment is visible on their faces and in their features reveal the personality of their elevated status and contentment. The tapasvis whose spiritual personality of contentment is visible in their behavior, faces and eyes are constantly happy inside because their minds and hearts are constantly calm. They remain in their stage of happiness and never become restless. They enable others to experience royalty and a spiritual personality with their every word, act, glance, and attitude. The top personalities of the world are special and great souls. The speciality of yours personality of purity is that every action you do is filled with greatness. You souls with this spiritual personality do not waste your energy, time, or thoughts, but use everything in a worthwhile way. You souls with such a personality never allow trivial matters to busy your minds or intellects. The drishti, attitude, and words of you special souls with your special personality of purity is always uniquely spiritual and not ordinary. Even whilst performing ordinary tasks, you enable others to experience the stage of a powerful karma yogi. Whether Father Brahma was cutting vegetables or playing games with the children, you saw how his personality was constantly attractive. Therefore, follow the Father. The personality of Brahmin life is happiness. Experience this personality and enable others to experience it. Remain completely full of good wishes and have good wishes for everyone and serve them with your loving cooperation. Only such souls with good wishes can constantly keep their personality of happiness and become special personalities in front of the world. Nowadays, only special personalities become famous, which means that their names are glorified, whereas you special spiritual personalities are not only famous. You are not just famous, you are not just worthy of praise, but you also become worthy of being worshipped. No matter how famous the great personalities of today have become in the areas of science, government, or religion, they do not become worthy of being worshipped for 63 births. As you souls with your spiritual personality are blessing, may you remain constantly full by remaining set on the seat of an elevated stage with the awareness of your combined form. Explanation: at the confluence age, when you stay in the awareness of the combined form of Shiv and Shakti, every impossible task becomes possible for you. This is the most elevated form. By remaining stable in this form, you receive the blessing of being complete. Bab Dada always gives all the children the seat of a stage that gives happiness. Remain constantly set on this seat, and you will continue to swing in the swings of super sensuous joy. Simply finish the sanskar of forgetting. Slogan: with your powerful attitude, make souls worthy and yogi. Om Shanti.